If you have a leaky bathroom faucet, stay tuned and let's fix it. Number one, we want to turn off the water supply. So you want to turn off both the hot water and the cold water. So typically with these valves, you're going to rotate them clockwise until you can't go anymore. So get the water turned off on both sides and let's move on to the next step. So now let's verify that in fact the cold water and the hot water are cut off. Sometimes the cutoff valves underneath the sink can fail. So let's verify that we in fact have the water cut off. Looks good. Let's move on to the next step. So before we do any disassembly, let's push the stopper all the way down to the bottom and use a washcloth to cover the stopper so no parts go down the drain. Next thing we want to do, let's remove the handle to our faucet. So what I'm doing here is getting my a crescent wrench and breaking torque on the handle. Then from there, we're just going to thread it off. So now that we've got the handle removed, let's set it to the side and move on to the next step. Now that we've got that done, we need to go and get the right size Allen wrench to remove this fastener you see right here. Using our Allen wrench, let's rotate the fastener counterclockwise to remove it. Wiggle the handle assembly back and forth and it should come off. Now you can take a set of channel locks, a pipe wrench, adjustable wrench, whatever you have, and we need to remove that retaining nut. Give the cartridge now a few wiggles back and forth and it should come right out. Don't be alarmed if a little water spills over into the sink. Get you a rag or something to wipe that up. Now we're taking a look at what we've got to get to next. We got to get in there with a set of pliers and pull out the seat first and then pull out the spring. I have a Delta faucet, so here's the replacement part I used. Next thing we want to do, we need to get ready to install the new rubber seat and the new valve spring. So what you want to do is take the narrow part of the spring and it's going to face the rubber seat, and the wide part is what's actually going to go in first and make contact with the sink assembly itself. So what we're going to use is an Allen wrench tool to make this a lot easier. So we're going to drop the Allen wrench into the hole and then slide the rubber seat and spring off. I'm going to use my finger here just to make sure the seat and spring are situated in the hole. And here's a shot of what it should look like once everything is situated. Let's set the cartridge back into the hole. The cartridge has notches on there, so please pay attention to how it came off, and let's set it back on in the same orientation and position. After hand tightening our retainer nut, let's use a pair of channel locks to tighten it all the way down. Don't over tighten. Once you make contact, just go a little bit more. Now we're ready to put our handle assembly back on. You shouldn't have to force this on. It should slide all the way down. Now we're ready to come back with our fastener that we installed, that we need to install with our Allen wrench. Remember before we used our Allen wrench to take it off. Now it's time to put it back on. Again, don't over tighten it here. Once you make contact, snug it down. That's it. No need to over tighten. Now let's get our handle threaded back on. Don't need to over tighten, just snug it up. So it's good practice to replace both the hot water and cold water side whenever you do this. So off camera, I repeated the same process and replaced the cold water side. So now let's go back under the sink and turn on our cold and hot water supply valves. Now let's come back up top and test for leaks. Hot water side, cold water side. Let's turn them both off, see if we get any leaks. Looks good to me, guys. I'm calling that a fix. Hope this video helped you out. Have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.